It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Chicago Bears. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting, an onside kick to start this thing. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now, they tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know. Maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stand saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt. That could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Motion man right is Rice. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mahomes now to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. A give left side here for Herbert. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, 66 yards. And the Bears have cut the lead back down to 2.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, so they take just the 1 here, and that makes it an 8-7 game in the first. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? Let's go to touchdown here last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. So on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
A handoff for Herbert. No ball, but a fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And
I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Don't jump. Ready?
2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to go. It's Fields. Finding room at midfield. On the move past the 40. Through the middle of the field. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Herbert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Angel, Angel, Angel.
Now Fields going to keep it running left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. In motion left goes Jones. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Mahomes. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call it a first and 10 timeouts. As they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel, but they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. On fourth down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And good sideline-to-sideline tackling there as they're going to get him down a couple yards short of the first. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's Fields. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Oh, design run for their wideout. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 42 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And to me, the key to a wide receiver run like that is getting around the first edge guy. It's often like a punt returner. Make that first guy miss, because if you can do that successfully and get upfield, we know good things can happen. He's able to take that one into the end zone.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Boy, it's only a 1-score game. 3rd quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Good catch, an excellent creation of a big play downfield. I can guarantee you this. That's not a play this defense is practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run this with Homer. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Foreman will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
2nd down, McKinnon. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here again is McKinnon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Motion man right is Rice. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him. It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Mahomes to throw it. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, they will run McKinnon. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And the crowd a major factor now. Here's 3rd down. Mahomes will throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here we go, 1st and goal. McKinnon looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One final try for Mahomes. This ball intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And that is going to seal this.
GG's.
Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game.